I thought I knew my sister, until the day I discovered the inheritance was gone, and she had a secret life no one could have imagined. Hidden accounts, a second phone, and a lie that shattered our family forever. Hi, I'm Lyra, and today I'm sharing how the person I trusted most, my sister, not only betrayed me but was living a secret life right under my nose. This isn't just about money. It's about trust, deception, and the day I realized blood isn't always thicker than secrets. Our dad passed unexpectedly. It was devastating. I'm the younger sibling, always looked up to Leah. She was calm, composed, and always had a plan. So, when she volunteered to handle the estate, I didn't question it. According to the will, the house, savings, and some investment accounts were to be split between us. Simple. Or so I thought. It started after our father passed. He had always been careful with his will, wanting everything to be split equally between me and my older sister Leah. But when the executor called, something felt off. My share of the inheritance was mysteriously delayed. Leah shrugged it off, said there were legal issues, told me not to worry. But weeks passed, then months. No updates, no money, just silence, and my sister growing colder each time I asked. Weeks turned into months. I kept asking Leah for updates. She always had an excuse. Lawyers were slow, paperwork was pending, the estate had debts we didn't expect. But then something started to feel off. Her phone was glued to her hand, staying out late. She started dressing differently. More designer brands, expensive shoes, manicured nails. She'd post photos from lavish brunches and luxury spa weekends. She even traded in her car. All of this while insisting our parents left us almost nothing. My gut told me something was wrong. So I started digging. One night, I accidentally picked up her second phone. It buzzed with a message from someone saved as Marcus, Cayman. Funds cleared. Should we transfer again? My stomach dropped. I wasn't crazy. Something was wrong, deeply wrong. Looking back, the signs were there. Leah always insisted on handling family paperwork. She discouraged me from speaking directly with the lawyer. But the final blow came when I found a letter buried in her drawer. It was from our father's lawyer. My full share had already been released, directly into Leah's account. She had forged my signature. She had stolen everything. I went to our father's lawyer and requested a copy of the probate documents. I had every right to see them. What I found made my stomach drop. The estate had been liquidated, and the funds had already been disbursed. To Leah. All of it. No joint disbursement. No equal split. Nothing for me. I confronted her calmly at first. I told her I saw the documents. She barely flinched. Claimed it was a misunderstanding, that she needed to hold the funds temporarily because of legal hurdles. But that didn't explain the $60,000 in transfers from the estate account to a completely unfamiliar checking account. When I looked deeper, I found out that Amanda had opened a second bank account months before our parents passed, under a different name. But it didn't stop there. She was renting a second apartment across town, under that same alias. In that apartment, she lived a totally separate life. Different clothes, photos with unfamiliar people, a second phone. She even introduced herself under a fake name at her gym and local social circles. It was like discovering I never really knew her at all. I gathered everything. Bank statements, apartment lease agreements, screenshots of her double identity, and I planned to confront her, not in private, but in front of our extended family. At our family reunion, I waited until the end of dinner. Everyone was laughing, sharing memories, completely unaware. Then I stood up and said, "Leah, I think it's time everyone knew who you really are." The room went silent. I opened a manila folder and handed out copies of the documents. She tried to deny it at first, said I was being dramatic, that I misunderstood. But the evidence was undeniable. The room was dead quiet. All eyes were on her. My aunt asked her if she had really taken everything. Leah broke down and she said, "You weren't supposed to find out." Through tears, she admitted it. She said she always felt overlooked, that I was the golden child, and that she deserved more. She confessed to draining the accounts, falsifying signatures, and using a friend's identity to hide the paper trail. She said the double life made her feel powerful, untouchable. But now, she was exposed, raw, caught. I didn't just lose money. I lost a sister. The worst part. She didn't need the money. She just wanted control. Our family stopped speaking. My mother blamed me for exposing the truth. And yet, I had to. I couldn't live a lie. In the weeks that followed, I pursued legal action. She was charged with fraud and ordered to pay restitution. The inheritance itself doesn't matter to me anymore. What hurts most is the loss of the sister I thought I knew. But I've learned something. Betrayal doesn't always come from enemies. Sometimes it's wrapped in family, masked by a smile, and years of shared history. The truth shattered the illusion. And yet, I found strength in it. I now know the power of standing up for myself, of seeking truth, of not letting anyone, family or not, walk over my worth. What I've learned is this. Family doesn't mean loyalty. And secrets fester when we're too afraid to confront the truth. Leah was living two lives. One as my sister, the other as someone I never really knew. I still grieve the relationship we lost. But I gained something more important. My voice, my dignity, and the truth. Have you ever discovered something shocking about someone you trusted? Maybe even your own family? Drop your story in the comments. I read them all. And you'd be surprised how many of us have been blindsided by those closest to us. If you enjoyed this story and want more real-life betrayals, shocking secrets, and emotional twists, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching. And remember, the truth always finds a way out.